Welcome to the Kids and Borderline Too Much Fun podcast. My name is Mike.
I'm Dan.
Dan, I couldn't help but wear my Michigan jersey today, which isn't my normal office attire, but
Once a month.
once a month, yeah,
Okay.
once a month. I haven't had enough opportunity since the football season ended to enjoy Michigan's national championship run. Today,
Little victory lap.
Today, I figured, we're
Hold
talking.
on. People need to know that you were there.
I was there. It was let's see, marriage, few kids, some other things. It was a top 10 experience of my life, without a shadow of a doubt. I got to be with some friends, and it was fun. Go Blue. If you're not a Michigan fan, please keep watching or listening. But it's okay. It's okay. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, I was there.
Right.
And for me, last season was a lot of fun. And this isn't a sports podcast. Let me just cut to it, because I felt like we all got to collectively watch a team really come together. Mm-hmm. A team that knew who they were, a team that knew what they were after, and a team that knew how they wanted to go about accomplishing their goal. Mm-hmm. Which I think sets us up really well today to talk about our topic, which is, what does a full-service digital marketing company offer? So Dan, fill us in. What is a full-service marketing company? Can you tell us a little bit about what that is?
Yeah. Before I jump in,
Sure.
I didn't remember that you were doing the U of M piece today, and I just felt like I needed to wear
You
this
knew.
this morning,
Your heart
but we
knew.
didn't talk about it.
Your heart knew.
So full service marketing, I don't think that this is the authoritative answer on it. It's my answer on it.
Yeah, how do you approach it here at KZoo?
So in my opinion, full service marketing is everything. It's full service.
Full service,
Like
all
there
the
shouldn't be
services.
something that's missing. And so our approach when it comes to media, marketing, strategy, everything from the research, way on one end to the reporting on the other end, there shouldn't be a gap. So recently we had a client that was looking for a podcast, and they wanted it on major channels. And we kind of knew a little bit about it or whatever, but you dove in and made it happen for implementing that all the way through to Spotify, to iTunes, to YouTube, to email blast on their website, so that content was in all of the places.
Yep.
So that's my personal take on full service. Is it should be full service.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be anything missing that you don't do along the way.
And a lot of times there is, maybe you have a content company who makes the content in the media, and then there's a company who does the distribution.
Right.
And so a full service company, if I'm hearing you right, it marries those two together.
That's right.
So there can be cohesive understanding of the team working together from initial conversation to this is now out in the world working for our clients.
Yeah.
How did you come to that with KZoom? Could you just share like a brief history of
So it was around 2008, 2009 that I had the concept for the first time to make that the aim. Like you mentioned, like a great team knows what the goal is. And so it was actually in this building, Chris Seamus Design, if you're watching, we had a conversation about the 536 Media Group.
Okay.
We were both here in this office downtown and brought up the idea of what if we could bring experts from all of the different disciplines within marketing and media together in one place. And so obviously at that time, I was just video. He was an expert in graphic design. We had that vision of what could be, and the goal would be to be able to serve someone with all of the different needs. So it's been a little while. I think for KZoom, we picked up steam around 2015, 2016. People that have gotten to work with Josh, really he was a tipping point into, we had done couple websites, that kind of thing. It's like we knew what we could do or whatever, but Josh really pioneered that push into a space that we hadn't. And even his work today is cutting edge. That really, the website brings everything together strategically across the board.
So we talked about website, and you mentioned blogs and some of the other things. What are some of the services available here at KZoom?
I mean, the way it goes for me is video, photo, graphic design, web design, social media, digital advertising, borderline too much fun. And there are a couple things in the gaps there as far as like connecting some of the dots for people. Mm-hmm. But I guess a little bit of the spin that KZoom has is that we want to collaborate with our clients in a way that what we bring to the table is a custom fit for what they want and what they have. So a lot of organizations do have somebody internally that might do this or this. So we bring the missing pieces, and then at the table together, we have the complete picture.
So if I were a company that came to you for full service marketing, I wouldn't have to have a website. I wouldn't have to have photo. There's a way for us to say, here's our catalog of full services.
Yep.
Let's see what the best combo is.
Yeah.
Is that kind of what you're
Yesterday,
saying?
Matt and I had a conversation with a earlier stage cleaning company in Kalamazoo, and they knew where they were at as far as we need to take the next step with our marketing right now, and we want to grow to here. We know we want to go there, but we're able to afford this right now. And I think it's comforting and cast that vision for a company that if they're going to work with KZoom, they can get those things that they need along the way versus dead ending there with just one provider, media provider that can't do the other pieces over time.
Could you share a little bit more about why someone might consider full service marketing?
I think, and this is just my philosophy of the last, call it 15 years, is that media has become a whole lot more layered and complicated. If you look just at social media, 2007, 2006, 2007, 2008, Facebook, and it seemed so simple. Get on there, post, engage with your audience, build that brand reputation, stay in front of people. But if you look at things today, it's like even social media is how many different places deep? Is it 5? No, it's actually probably 8 to 10 major platforms. And I think that sometimes people pick and choose, and sometimes people throw in the towel, and then years later, they have lost the opportunity literally on an entire generation or demographic. You're 15 years late. And so I see that as really painful. So back to the how complex it is now, there's just a whole lot more detail. So even with a simple video, that might be shot vertically for this platform, but horizontally for this one, and crop to a square over here, and then add in TikTok. So it's unique content now for different places. Yeah. And that just, in some ways, I don't think for the average person who's played with some of media and social media and marketing in the last 10 years, a lot of people get it. Yeah. But it's also that it's just like, hey, I need to stay in my lane and run my business right now. But I also really need somebody who gets us, our brand, our story, who we are, what we bring to the table that's unique. Yeah. So I really enjoy that process of customizing a plan and also customizing the content. What does it sound like? How does it speak? How does it play?
Talk about how these businesses might want to move into this space, but they're focused on running their business and they might not have the capital to hire an internal marketing person. Talk about how full service marketing plays into that.
Yeah. I would put it into 2 categories of a company that could afford a marketing director, but they don't have a marketing team. And then also the company that literally it's that first leap of could we afford somebody to manage this? And so often I think that company is asking the question, should we hire that person internally so we have somebody on point here all the time? But even if that person was good, let's say they leave after 2 years, and then you have this cycle of a marketing director leaving it every 2 years, it's really crippling to a company that's looking for that solid foundation to stand on with consistency of their marketing. So another factor there too is that person doesn't know everything. They don't have the equipment, the professional equipment. So often that marketing director will outsource anyway, and that can be difficult as well because they're looking to 5 to 7 different places. And it just takes a lot of time to then coordinate everybody versus at KZoom, we have a cohesive team all in one place that we work together every day. And it's very efficient to be able to represent to clients what we do.
Could you share a little bit about how you like to do that even at those first discovery meetings?
Sometimes at a discovery meeting with a new client, we'll bring the team to the table so that our client can not only be sold on a package or meet one person or 2 people, but they literally get to interact with the experts who are going to be serving them. I just think it's high value to the client to have that interaction with each professional on our team and then all in the same room. Then over time, that team is their team. And I just love how internally it's really satisfying for our team to have that customer contact as well.
Yeah, and even, if someone were to pop in and just kind of watch an average day, you'll see whoever might be having point with that client, but there'll be conversations with graphics, with video, with photo, with scheduling, and it feels like a well-run team.
We're all here for you, and you have access to us.
Yeah, and that I think speaks to your heart to go the distance with clients too, right?
Yeah.
To have it be fluid and agile for the needs now, but say, hey, let's build together.
We want to go all the way to the championship.
Let's go.
Yeah,
all the way to the championship. Right. That's right. That's right. Well, Dan, is there anything else that you'd want to share about full service marketing in general, KZoom's approach?
Yeah. I mentioned it before, but it truly is a custom package for each client. So I really enjoy that process of flexibility to really make a match for that client. So I thought just even this last week of the word tailor or tailored. You know, it's you go into a clothing shop and the pants or the shirt or the dress, they're all custom modified to fit. And so I really liked thinking about that word, and what we want for our clients is that it's really a custom, like we have packages, we have 3 options for website maintenance or SEO packages. And even within that, we want to make sure it's a tailored fit to exactly what they need right now. And that can change and grow.
Yeah, and I know that the team here really enjoys having that piece in their work too. Dan, I imagine full service marketing applies to anyone who has a business out there. But generally speaking, what size businesses is KZoom looking to work with?
Right. So I think sometimes this question comes to us when it's a smaller business. It could be as small as a 1 or 2 person company, which is where we came from as well. And I like encouraging people that even though we do work for Pfizer, Stryker, some of these bigger name companies, KZoom will always be on the side of a small business at the stage where they're at. Part of that's because that's super personal to me. It's KZoom's roots from starting from nothing in 2003. But I believe that our focus and our vision for our long-term growth is always going to be to support Kalamazoo and the Southwest Michigan area. That company today that might be the 1 or 2 person company, they just need sometimes those stepping stones to double in size, double again, and in 10, 15 years, they might be that company that is really reaching a much broader audience, and we've lived it. So I love serving that smaller company as well as bringing our expertise to a bigger company that has higher expectations as well and demands, and that's thrilling. But we're always going to be a service to this area for whatever size company that has a need.
Yeah, and I think that speaks to a great team wants to see other teams be great too.
Yes.
A great team is not insecure if there are other great teams because they can move each other forward.
Yeah.
And so you're willing and excited about taking the team that's grown here at KZoom and offering that to work with other teams to help them grow and become those great teams.
Yes. I love the phrase win-win.
Win-win.
Right? You know, it's like there's nothing better than it. And when our marketing proves successful and they win, like that's the full evidence that we've won and we've done what we should have done.
If you're looking for ways to win, KZoom loves to win. We love to figure out how to help you win so we can enjoy those win-wins.
Let's go.
Let's go. Thanks, Dan.
Yeah.